Well, talk of one of the most talented players in the squad of Manchester United, it's Jodan Sancho. Talk about one of the youngest players in the United squad, Jodan Sancho. Remember, he has just made, is it 22 years, 23 years of age, and celebrated his birthday, I think, like last week. Talk of players with flair. Players who really keep the fans on the edge of their seats. It's Jodan Sancho. Exciting, young, prosperous. His trajectory is really up there. But guess what? Erik ten Hag, the manager, is losing his patience on Jodan Sancho. I'm going to let you know the reason as to why he's doing that, and obviously keep your tabs onto the United Matters channel. We are talking about a very big clear out coming in at Manchester United, and you're going to be having your views. Though I've been shocked, by the way, according to what Samuel Lucas has gone ahead and really put out on Scott McTominay, and I'm so much bothered as to why a club like Manchester United can come out and really feel like Scott McTominay is entitled to be at the club at the age of 26-27, that is a young midfielder. When with the likes of Dan Iqbals, Kobe Mainoo coming through, because they are talented more than Scott McTominay, guys. I'm going to put my concern so much onto that. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in a daily. Pellistri is another one into the mix tonight. New meetings being held by Manchester United to secure the future of Pellistri. So guys, where should we start from? I think let's first throw in this Jodan Sancho story. Not so? Let's throw in Jodan Sancho to you guys, the viewers of United Matters channel. We've been told that Erik ten Hag is becoming increasingly impatient with Jodan Sancho. Erik ten Hag wants Manchester United to be more ruthless with a squad clear-out as part of the next phase of their rebuild. Now, Ten Hag is increasingly impatient with Jodan Sancho. Why is Ten Hag increasingly impatient? Do you know why? For one reason. Simple. Sancho's tenacity is the problem. He's not a workaholic. You know, at Borussia Dortmund, Sancho was not a workaholic. He was a luxury player. Let's get back to Borussia Dortmund. He was this kind of player who was given the luxury to use the ball. You get, and whenever he lost the ball, there are other people that could go ahead and redo the chasing and fight for it. The likes of Witzel, the likes of Hazard, his brother, Jude Bellingham in the mix. Which other player was really doing the running in the midfield? You get? So the Munians of this world were really going in to do the hard work, and he came in at the club of Manchester United where he's not yet a poster boy, and he has to put in a performance that's going to see him as the new poster boy of Manchester United. But at Borussia Dortmund, he was the poster boy for like 3 years. That's why he was sold for 73 million pounds. And the year before, of 2020, Borussia Dortmund wanted 108 million pounds. Then, when he was left with just 1 year on his contract, 1.5 years on his contract, United managed to pay 73 million pounds, and they secured the services of Jodan Sancho to Manchester United. But right now, he's not really performing very well at Manchester United, meaning with intensity. But whenever he's having the ball, you get to know that, all right, there is talent and there are things that can really craft out that have gone ahead to help the club of Manchester United. You remember very well, Jodan Sancho had been starting very many games of Manchester United, but the game that really showed Erik ten Hag that maybe Sancho shouldn't be one of those players to start in the games of Manchester United was the game of City. Remember him and Anthony, you know, on the left wing, he couldn't track back. You get those? I think, was it the first goal that we conceded, all 2-3 goals, he couldn't track back to help Malacia. You remember that very well. So that brought Erik ten Hag to know that, all right, let me give Jodan Sancho one more chance. And when he gave him a chance in the midweek, we are playing Omonia, he lost the ball and Omonia scored 1 goal towards the end of the half time. You get? The first half, he scored the first goal, courtesy of Jodan Sancho. He gave away the ball and he didn't track back. After that, Ten Hag started to bench Sancho, brought him on. I think he benched him in the game of Everton, and he brought him on when you're playing. This team that Scott McTominay scored a goal for, and it was Sancho who really had an assist for that. I've forgotten that team. That team that had a goalkeeper that celebrated with Erik ten Hag. I've forgotten that team, but he came on through and really put in that craft. After putting in that craft, Ten Hag trusted him in the game of Spurs. He played very well. And then in the game of Chelsea, that's when Ten Hag said, I'm done with Jodan Sancho. Then he sat him down. Sancho told him, I'm having problems because of my physical health or my mental health. And then he was sent to rehabilitation. Spent there 3 months, returned to Manchester United. I think we are playing Nottingham, and he was brought on. I think it was around, was it 31st or 29th January? That's when he was brought on, and Jodan Sancho really played very well. He came on with Rashford, Anthony Martial, and him. So, Ten Hag gotten to know that maybe Sancho needs some time to really increase his intensity on the field of play, and he decided to start playing him in the central midfield, because there the intensity is not so much needed because you're having likes of Casemiro, Fred behind you doing the job. But looks like he's fed up and he's giving Jodan Sancho a last chance and telling him, please, if you can't do the running, then you're not going to be part of the game of football. One will say that Ten Hag is not doing the job he's supposed to be doing, but at United, Sancho shouldn't be a luxury player because he has not reached that level of orchestrating to the fans of Manchester United. You know, sometimes we blame Rashford for not going back, and no one is going to blame him for that because when he gets the ball, he scores the goal. So Sancho, to attain that luxury at Manchester United, he needs to work for it. And if at all he doesn't, trust me, his career at Manchester United might be in jeopardy. That's it. You know, if you're watching the game of Liverpool versus Man City, Salah was released and he made a very good run. It was a counter-attack. And guess who was defending him and defended him very well? It was Jack Grealish. Now, those are kind of players that we need at Manchester United. And I think that's what Erik ten Hag is telling Jodan Sancho, that I need to see you run. You need to run, track back. And because the system of play deployed by the coach in every game depends on all the units, the 11 units, working hard. You know, that's why in the game of Newcastle, were they 93? You get 93, and then Newcastle had 40 more than us, 130 something. So it shows you that if one unit doesn't track back, then the entire chain breaks down. That's why we conceded 7 against Liverpool. When you look at all those goals, it's because one unit failed to do its job, and Ten Hag wants to get rid of that. And he's telling Jodan Sancho, please, you have to run. And if at all you're not running, you have no space in my team. That's it. Because right now, Ten Hag has to call in for that, because he doesn't have players that can really help Sancho to thrive. You know, we are not that tiki-taka kind of team until when we reach the summer and get in new signings. I believe when we reach the summer and get in new signings, obviously we'll find ourselves in a position of really getting these players to the levels we expect them to be on. And I think we will be really having the likes of Sancho enjoying themselves. But right now, if Sancho is to exonerate himself from the Ten Hag's criticism, he needs to do the following. He just needs to step up his game and obviously do the needful as the player of Manchester United, and obviously follow the orders of Erik ten Hag. So I think Ten Hag really has a point in that, because intensity is really needed. Every player right now works hard. You see, Lionel Messi is 35 years of age, but the way he runs on that field of play, my God, you just get to know that it's all about intensity. You have to work hard. I've read a tweet coming in from Barcelona that even if Messi is coming back to Barcelona and Xavi has gone ahead to really give green light for his transfer to Barcelona, in talks, he has told him that please, you need to work hard. And working hard is part of the game. And I've seen some Ronaldo fans coming in through and really cropping Sancho and Ronaldo, that Ten Hag cannot really use flair players. Mind you guys, Martial is a flair player, Casemiro is a flair player, Eriksen is a flair player, Bruno Fernandes is a flair player, but what makes them thrive into that system of Erik ten Hag? It's all about these players having what we call the intensity. They are workaholic, they're relentless. You get? They don't really they don't really stop running until the final whistle is blown. So I think Sancho should take that into his mind and obviously know that things are not for jokes. Now, a clear out is planned by Erik ten Hag, and we've been told that Maguire, Eric Bay, Brandon Williams, Telles, Antoine Martial will all be made available for transfer this summer. Elanga and Facundo Pellistri have been penciled in for loans next term amid the possibility that Erik ten Hag accommodates Amad Diallo. That is something great for me. To me, the positive story out of that is Amad Diallo. Accommodating Amad Diallo in the squad is what we need. When you look at how he plays off that right attacking side of the midfield for Sunderland, and the cameos he gave us through every time he played for Manchester United, when Rafragni gave him a chance, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gave him a chance, it just showed to us that there is a player in Amad Diallo. And I think Amad Diallo is the right player to come in through and give Anthony a run for his money. To me, I believe, to me, it comes to my understanding that United fans will say, what about Mason Greenwood? To me, I see Mason Greenwood as a number 9. If Greenwood is integrated in this squad, I would rather see him as a number 9 than a right attacking midfielder. That's what my thoughts are about Mason Greenwood and Manchester United. But integrating Amad Diallo into the team, I would always love it. For Antoine Martial, Harry Maguire, Telles, Brandon Williams, who else? I think for those, Harry Maguire, Eric Bay, Brandon Williams, Telles, I think those 3 are going to be sold. But for Antoine Martial, the only way Martial is going to be sold is when Erik ten Hag gets into centre forwards. That's it. If he gets into centre forwards, then he will sell Antoine Martial. But remember, even if you think about selling Antoine Martial, Erik ten Hag wants 3 strikers. And today I read a tweet coming in from Manchester United Evening News. Ten Hag wants his players to be able to play 70 games a season. And how do those 70 games in a season come to play? You play 38 games in the Premier League. You get? If you have to play the 6 games of the Champions League group stages, those are how many? Those are 44. Then you play the round of 16. You get quarterfinals, semi-finals. That's another 6 here. That is now 48. No, that is 50. Those are 50 games. If you happen to play a finale, those are 51. You get? After that, you go all out and play into the FA Cup. If you are to reach the finals of the FA Cup, you're supposed to play 5 games. Those are how many? Those are 55 games. Carabao Cup, I think we're supposed to play 6 games. Those are 61. So the remaining 9 games are those that are going to be into the international break, where these players are called on to go ahead and really do some bit of work for their international duty. And he has gone ahead to really tell us, to really let us know that these 2 are really going to be playing that amount of games. So to me, I believe Ten Hag is wanting a variety of players. If you are talking about 70 games a season, you need to be having 3 strikers. Now, even if he gets into who is going to be the 3rd striker, I think Ten Hag knows that if at all Antoine Martial is injured, but he can give him a run of 30 games a season, not so? So, I think he can come in through and really do the needful for Manchester United. So, I don't see him leaving. But for Harry Maguire, Eric Bay, Brandon Williams and Alex Telles, for those I know 100% they are leaving. But to me, the most important tweet of it all is all about Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri going on loan. And I think he needs a loan Facundo Pellistri. With the talent he's having, he doesn't deserve to be playing with the bench of Manchester United, because he has proven to us that if at all he's given chances to play, he can thrive. Though for me, I'm calling in for a loan of him to play into the Premier League. The same applies to Anthony Elanga. I want United to secure a loan of Anthony Elanga in the Premier League. That's it, because I think they are now Premier League proven players, and those cameos that Pellistri has gone ahead to really give us, I think very many Premier League clubs will be running in for him to give him some space or accommodate him to play into their teams. Now, this is what has really gone ahead to shock me and really sent me into a very annoying mood. We've been told by Samuel Lucas again that Manchester United have not provisionally planned for the sale of Scott McTominay, as he's the youngest of their 4 senior central midfielders. United expected to listen to offers for Dean Henderson this summer. Now, how can you say that the club doesn't want to sell Scott McTominay? Didn't you see what he did yesterday? He imploded. He's not good enough. Why should you keep something that even if you're in danger, it cannot help you? You get? it cannot help us. He cannot help us. So to me, I want him out. I want him out. And you rather keep Fred and sell Scott McTominay, then you bring in another player that can do the job of Casemiro, because the reason as to why we are keeping Scott McTominay is because he is the only player that can act as a backup for Casemiro, and he has oftenly showed us that he cannot do the job. Every time he's brought on, he bottles the job. That's it. So I don't see ourselves needing Scott McTominay. For Dean Henderson being sold by Manchester United, I really call in for that, because he deserves to be sold. Why? He doesn't want to come to Manchester United unless Ten Hag has promised him that he's going to be the first choice goalkeeper of Manchester United. So to me, I find it naive for a player like him to come out and really call in for starting at Manchester United. It's really naive of him to think that he just needs to come out and really put in such stupid requests from the club of Manchester United, as if he's really that person that deserves it. Because at the club like Manchester United, you need to work for this. You need to work for this. And it appears to me that there is a dilemma between what players Erik ten Hag wants out and those he wants to stay. It looks like the board is telling him there are players we can't really keep here. But Ten Hag is showing you that I'm preparing room for Zidane Iqbal to come in through. This other guy. He's called who? He's called I've forgotten his name. Kobe Mainoo. You get those two looking like they are knocking on the door to be into the senior team of Manchester United, and Ten Hag is telling them, please, these are the boys that are supposed to come in through and get the job done and dusted. You get? So, I find it insane for a club telling the manager what to do. Ten Hag wants Scott McTominay out. Why is the club wanting to keep him here? Let him leave. Let him leave us up. He should be one of those players that we should sell at Manchester United, and obviously find ourselves in a situation of really getting relieved from all these situations. And lastly, let's talk about Facundo Pellistri. We've been told that next week will be a meeting between Manchester United and Facundo Pellistri's agent. The club have already let him know. that the club have already let him know that they want to extend his contract. The meeting will delve into money and duration of the contract. That is what we are being told by the people at Manchester United. So to me, I find myself in a situation of accepting that. That Ten Hag knows that Pellistri will be a future player. You get? But he's having Amad Diallo who's tearing up the championship and plays with a left foot. And you know how Ten Hag is obsessed with players who play with the left foot while playing onto the right attacking side of the midfield. With the competition set up at Manchester United, looks like Facundo Pellistri won't be having enough time at the club of Manchester United. But if at all he goes out and really has a fantastic full long season away, he will make a statement, because he's just 21 years of age. He needs just to develop, and in this age, he should be playing the game of football. Amid him coming in through and really giving us cameos that are really so much interesting that we've enjoyed. He has kept us off our seats on several occasions. I think next season, he deserves to be loaned. He deserves to be loaned because the likes of Mason Green can come through, Amad Diallo can come in through, and he deserves to be loaned. And I think his loan should be effective no sooner the transfer window starts, because that will see him go all out. You get? It will see him go all out and find himself in a position retraining with that team where he's going to be loaned in the preseason. Then he kicked the ground running, according to me. So guys, your thoughts on Ten Hag losing patience on Sancho are welcome into the comment section below. Looks like a last chance has been issued to Jodan Sancho by Erik ten Hag. Your thoughts onto the players leaving and those staying are welcome into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty God protect you through the night, and my Muslim friends, Ramadan Kareem. Me out.